see in this world, and they will be constructed of sheer glass and crystals beyond our imagination. Yet there is no cause for complaint of any privacy, because each and every one of us will have our entire kingdom to ourselves, and we will be in complete privacy. Now this is the ghuraf, and we ask Allah to be of the people of the ghuraf. Now we talked about the buyut, we talked about the qusur, we talked about the ghuraf. One aspect is left for today's lecture, and that is the khiyam, or the tents. Because in addition to the houses, and in addition to the palaces, and the ghuraf for the people of the ghuraf, not everybody has the ghuraf, by the way. The ghuraf is the elite. We said everybody has buyut, everybody has masak, and everybody has qusur, but the ghuraf is the elite. Whoever gets that will get all the rest. All of them will also have something called khiyam. What is khiyam? Khiyam are tents. Khiyam are tents. And remember, everybody has a mini kingdom, right? So you have your primary residence. You might have other residences as well. And you will have tents as well. Pavilions is a better way to translate this. And these pavilions or tents will be in the equivalent of your backyard, somewhere in your kingdom, placed strategically in front of the rivers flowing with the utmost scenery will be there. And there is an indication, it's nothing explicit, but there is an indication, a hint that the families of this world, the husbands and wives and the children and whatnot, they will be in the qusur and the buyut and the ghuraf. And the companions, the hurun ain, will be in the khiyams. And it is also an indication, again this is not explicit, that there might be different types of khiyam. So there might be tents that are meant for hosting guests, and people are going to be coming muttaki'een, ala surur mutaqabilin, facing one another and talking. There might be tents that are meant for entertaining guests. We're going to talk about entertaining guests and visitation, inshallah in our next lecture. And there might be tents as well for the families to go out and have a picnic. Again, this is not explicit, but there seems to be indications that there are multiple tents in every person's kingdom. I'm calling it a backyard, it is reality a kingdom, and each one is used for different purposes. And Ibn al-Qayyim says, "Inna hadhihi al-khiyam," that these khiyam or these tents, غير الغرف والقصور, they are not the same as the ghuraf, and they're not the same as the palaces. In fact, Ibn al-Qayyim says it will be constructed outside of their masakin, outside of their houses, and it will be in beautiful scenery, and it's going to be at the banks of the river. So we will all, inshallah ta'ala, we want to be in the people of Jannah, we will all have our primary houses, maybe multiple houses, and then we will also have these khiyam, we'll also have multiple pavilions and tents. And of course, Allah mentions khiyam multiple times, primarily in the context of the hurun ain. And as I said, this indicates that the hurun ain will be not living in the masakin, they will be in the khiyam. Hurun maqsuratun fil khiyam. In Surah Al-Rahman verse 72, that hurun that are going to be sequestered, maqsurat, they have a special place of residence, fil khiyam. And our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there will be in Jannah a khayma, a tent, that is made out of carved pearl, durratun mujawwafa, a pearl that has been carved, and it will be as long as 30 miles. In one version it says that طولها 30 ميلا وعرضها 60 ميلا, that the hadith says that it's طولها في السماء, that its height is going to be 30 miles high, and its width is going to be 60 miles. In other words, imagine a spherical, semicircular, if you like, a pearl, as far as you can imagine, 30 miles high and 60 miles. Again, these are not, you don't have to measure it, but imagine something that is that high, right? And 60 miles, in length. And that's going to be one khiyam, one tent. And our Prophet ﷺ said, "Fi kulli zawiyatin minha lil mu'mini ahl." In every corner, there's going to be families. that they will not see each other. Every person will have sections of that khiyam. Sections will be there sequestered within that khiyam. And every person will have privacy in every section. And of course, every tent is one person. It's not like there is no sharing anything in Jannah. This is Jannah. And our Prophet ﷺ said that the believer will be able to, and again, this is something that we're going to come to maybe next lesson or sometime, but you don't have to get tired walking around in Jannah. That you will be able to go from place to place without getting tired. You will go where you need to go, and there are even reports that there might be animals there that are there for riding and whatnot. There are references. Again, I talked about the animals of Jannah in a previous lecture, and that if somebody wants a horse, there is a question about, well, what if you don't want a horse, you just want to go from place to place? Reality is these technical details are not mentioned, but again, this is Jannah. You're never going to get tired. You have all the time in the world. Wherever you are will be a point of enjoyment. So the point is to get there, and these are some of the blessings that are described to be in Jannah. So our Prophet ﷺ said that the person of Jannah will have a tent, a pavilion that is going to be made out of a carved pearl, translucent material, and it is going to be a semicircle, right? That it is an oval shaped. Its height is this much, its width is that much, and in every corner there will be different entertainment. If you want to entertain guests, you want to take your family and sit at the beach, hurun ain, they're all in different places. And our Prophet ﷺ said that لا يراهم الآخرون, that if you're in one section, the other section will not see. That is a privacy over there. Now all of this will be for every single person, that they will have at least one tent along with their houses and residences as well. And of course, the righteous will have more than one. And that's of course all depending upon actions that we do. So to conclude today's lecture, what are some of the ways that we can better our house? What are some of the things that are mentioned in the Sunnah that can make our house better? Well, of the things that are mentioned is to be charitable towards masajid. Building masajid, financing masajid. Whoever builds a house, Allah will build him a house. Of the things that are mentioned is to pray 12 raka'at every single day, above and beyond the 5 daily salawat. Dear Muslims, don't you want a special house? Don't you want to have a house that is, constructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a way better than the average houses? All that needs to be done, 12 raka'at a day. And by the way, calculate it out. It will not take you more than 12 minutes, really. It will not take you more than 15 minutes at max. If you just pray these 12 raka'at, one raka'at can be done. I'm saying it can be done in 1 minute or less even, So if you were just to spend 15, let's be, inshallah, generous and say, 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day, that's it. You are guaranteed to have a house that is better than average. We're still talking about the place, we're not talking about the ghuraf. The ghuraf requires more than these 12 rak'at. We're just talking about what are things mentioned to better your house in Jannah. So he said, number 1, be generous to the masajid. Number 2, pray 12 rak'at. Number 3, read Quran, and especially Surah Al-Ikhlas is mentioned. There is a hadith that our Prophet said in Muslim Imam Ahmad, that whoever recites Qul Huwallahu Ahad 10 times, that Allah Azza wa Jal will build a palace for him in Jannah. Allah will build a palace for him in Jannah. Umar ibn al-Khattab said, O Messenger of Allah, if that is the case, I will do this a lot. And the Prophet ﷺ said that Allahu aktharu wa atyabu. Allah can give you much more, and He is pure than this. So reciting the Quran, and especially reciting Ikhlas. Number 4, saying the kalima. Saying the kalima. A hadith in Tabarani and others that our Prophet ﷺ said, whoever says when he enters the supermarket, the suq, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu yuhyi wa yumit, wa huwa hayyun la yamut, biyadihi al-khayr, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Whoever says this, Allah will write for him 1,000 good deeds, and erase from him 1,000 evil deeds, and raise him up 1,000 ranks, and build for him a house in Jannah. We can say that extra dhikr, and especially the kalima, when you say it frequently, it will help build that house in Jannah. We already mentioned other three things that the Prophet ﷺ said: giving up arguing, and giving up lying, and having good manners. So all of these things are explicitly linked to building a better house in Jannah. And of course, if you want to have not just a better house, but the VIP suites, the ghuraf, that requires iman and amalul salih and taqwa, and that is demonstrated in a longer list in the end of Surah Al-Furqan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us to be of the people of the ghuraf. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who enter the highest levels of Jannah بغير حساب ولا عذاب. And inshallah we will continue our series